all the focus has been on quarterbacks, and understandably so, but this defense, thought to be elite, has been anything but elite, especially later in games. We saw it in the first game of the year. They gave up a touchdown. We saw it against the Patriots where they couldn't get New England off the field, and we saw it again today. And so when you look at this, Josh, you have a guy like Zach Wilson, who didn't look all that great in the first half. All of a sudden, 10 of 12, 134 yards, whatever it was, when it mattered the most. 2 long drives. There's really no excuse for that when you're up by 10 in the fourth quarter. So what's the problem with this defense? I know Watt's out, but okay, they can't stop the Jets for 2 drives?
And, Bob, that's 3 weeks in a row in the second half. They've just gotten punched in the mouth over and over. That last drive, and the Jets made it look so easy. I know T.J. Watt's out. I know he's a great player. Other than Minkah Fitzpatrick, this defense is an utter disaster. I love Cam Hayward as much as anyone. He's looked awfully old the last. He's coming out of games a lot. He's getting hurt a lot. He's not controlling the line of scrimmage the way we're used to seeing from him. That's a real problem if he is on the decline, which, given his age, he may be. And the middle linebackers, Devin Bush made some plays today, but I think the bar is so low. Yeah. Remember, there's people wide open in the middle of the field all game. That's a lot of
4th and 7.
It's just constant.
4th and 7.
That's, I think, the crux of the matter here. We could talk as much as we want about TJ being out, which, granted, is true. We could talk about Minkah Fitzpatrick and Cam Hayward leaving the field for a play or 2 each during that final drive due to injuries. Miles Jack, I saw get absolutely steamrolled several times today. Devin Bush is still not making the kind of splash plays that they drafted him, that they moved up 10 spots to draft him for. Robert Spillane is still chasing people in coverage across the middle of the field.
He's still Robert Spillane.
So. Exactly.
They keep playing him. That's good.
Yeah, that seems to be working.
Yeah.
So, I mean, as long as that soft middle of the field still presents itself to the point where Zach Wilson can pick it apart, I mean, I don't know how you fix that in the middle of the season. I don't think you can.
And what kills me is you've got not just Mike Tomlin, you've got Brian Flores, you've got Terrell Austin. This is some holy triumvirate, or supposed to be, of defensive-minded greatness. And before the game, you were giving up 143 rushing yards per game. That's just 3 off of last year where you're dead last in the NFL. This game, 10 of 12 from Zach Wilson down the stretch. Zach Wilson. I don't care who's playing outside linebacker for the Pittsburgh Steelers. I don't care if it's Derek Tuska. These kinds of things can't happen, especially when you're supposed to be predicated on winning games with defense and not making mistakes on offense to play quote-unquote complimentary football.
And by the way, up next, Josh Allen, then Tom Brady, then Tua, then Jalen Hurts. How do you think that's going to go?
By the way, Jalen Hurts has been outstanding. The only undefeated team left. I like them to go to the Super Bowl. So far it's only 4 games. I know it'll probably, you know, who knows after this. But, okay, so you mentioned the coaching staff. So who does this, if you're going to blame, it's probably both. Coaches, players. Players are not doing what they're supposed to do. For example, today, Josh, you have a guy running around for his life. They had opportunities to sack him 5 or 6 times. They got 1 official sack. That allows plays to continue. A sack takes them out of field position. Little things like that make a big difference. So is it execution? What is it with them? Or is it, you got all those great minds on the defensive side.
I don't know how much talent is really on this defense, honestly. Wow. I mean, there's some. You lose TJ. Cam doesn't look himself. How many first-round picks in the last 10 years have they taken on defense? Not many. We know that. Maybe it's catching up to them. I don't know. But you're right. Brian Flores, like the Dolphins the last few years weren't very good. Their defense was good. They knew what they were doing. But when I watch these Steelers play, are they not getting out-schemed constantly? I see people just running wide open. I can't totally blame the players for that.
No, I blame the guy who's in charge, the guy who is running the ship defensively. It's Mike Tomlin. I mean, as long as Mike Tomlin is still living in a world where he's convinced that middle linebackers should be able to run down the field and cover the middle deep third like Derek Brooks did for him 20 years ago, then that's what this defense is going to look like. It's going to get torched in the middle. And that's still the problem. They've got undersized inside linebackers trying to run with guys they can't run with, and they can't fit in the run game. When they do, we throw a parade because they jump up and make a stop in short yardage. That's not what Steelers football is about. I hate to sound like an old yinzer here, but like Steelers football is built and predicated on inside linebackers who can do both. Your James Farriers. We'll go all the way back to your Levon Kirklands, who nobody is in the game Levon Kirkland's size who can run like that anymore, but guys who can come up and fit in the run and drop and make plays. These inside linebackers can't do that.
Well, personnel decisions are a problem, too. I know Akella Witherspoon didn't play today. He hasn't been good enough.
In the last game pretty good.
Yes, he did, and he should have had an interception the game before that turns into a touchdown, which really could have cost them the game. You look at bringing Tyson Alualu back, he's a disaster. He got benched already for Montravius Adams, for goodness sake. I don't like Levi Wallace all that much. I think he's an okay player. So there's a bunch of guys. Miles Jack is just a guy. He's Derek Schobert, or what's his name? Joe Schobert, whatever.
Let's call him Derek Schobert.
Whatever his name is. He's that guy, but a little less worse.
And
Not a little bit better, a little less worse.
And even though he's not a great player, Terrell Edmonds getting hurt did not help the matter either. Yeah. He's been okay this season. Didn't have a great game in Cleveland, but whoever's playing behind him isn't as good as him. And that's one more problem in the middle of the defense.
So when we come back, we're going to talk about something that happens next week. It's the Steelers and the Bills. So guess what the opening line is going to be. We'll talk about that and what the Steelers have to do to try to be in this game against the Bills, who came back from 20 to 3 down, 17 points, and they won the game by scoring the final 20 points of that game. We'll do that when we come back right here on the Showdown.
The Sports Showdown is sponsored by GMC Sierra.